Well, hey, welcome, YouTube. Hi, I am Kira, as you are, and welcome to this extraordinary moment. I am so
Well,
grateful
hey,
that you are
welcome,
here, and
welcome,
I want you to
welcome,
hold one
YouTube.
second.
Hi.
There we are. And as we are together right now, what I want to do is invite you to bring a hand to your heart and to say hello to yourself, to say hello to humanity, to say hello to this moment. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I am so grateful that you found us here today. This was unannounced. So if you're finding us live right now, I want you to sit down and pay attention. This is going to be 10 minutes that really matter. And if you're with us in the Zoom room live co-creating this experience right now, thank you. And I love you. And I appreciate you being here live right now. So together, as we bring our hands to our heart, the reason I want to begin here is that I have been offering and have had the honor to offer live predictions for over 23 years into this realm of potentiality. I was called to my service, my mission in 2002. I was called there in harmony with wisdom teacher Sri Ram Ka, who spent 22 years of his physical life preparing me to be here in this moment with you right now, transcending so that for all of us there was a greater availability. And I know that for many of you, you have been connecting with him in those realms, and I am so grateful that that service continues. But in this moment right now, in this field of potentiality, we have stepped into April 2026. And if you know my work, and if you don't, go deep into this YouTube channel and find 22 years of documented predictions and years of service, working with the indigenous tribes now for over 20 years. Standing here in Denver, Colorado, I feel more like an alien because my home is so clearly among the indigenous in South America. And yet standing here in what is a very cold day, so forgive me, my nose is reacting to the cold. You can see this beautiful tree behind me just trying to bud, but today it happens to be very cold. In this moment right now, I find it perfect that the universe said, be right here, right now. Be up in the north. Be standing in an area that is destabilizing, right? Those of you that are tuning in from North America today, I really invite you to stand, really stand outside as I am, and to feel, if you can, your presence, not sending grounding cords into the earth. And those of you that are not standing in North America, I want you to stand as well and bring your attention there. Because this part of the world is seeking its own rebalance. The balance is happening. Humanity's transformation is happening right now. We are happening right now. I'm going to be showing you the calendar. I'm going to be showing you the ascended numerology. I'm going to be showing you exactly why this month in this field of potentiality matters so much. And in that showing, in that revealing, what matters more is that you are one with this planet right now. You know, as a Virgo girl, I'll be 66 September 20th this year. As a Virgo girl, as Gaia herself, so many times I have felt that. I know why I am the keeper of this incredible mountain in Ecuador. I know why this only feminine mountain in the entire chain of the Cañari called me. I know why that land is there waiting for you to come, to connect with, and to connect through this process as well. So I want to show you something right now. I want to bring you right here, right now into April, and I want to bring you there talking about the three bells because the third bell rang March 30th. I did not go live that day by choice because I did not want to add anything that would be construed as anything other than support. And I know that sometimes hearing this information, and especially the information that I'm sharing with you right now about World War III and about 2032 and what's going to happen right now, we are in that opening. We are there. And for those of you that are with me live on the Zoom, when this YouTube completes, we're going to be doing a time jump together, and we're going to jump. We're going to go right into 2032. We're going to work on this together. We're going to see it. We're going to move it. And I invite all of you to get to iamkira.net and start learning about the yoga of self-ascension. This is that moment. It's about you remembering you outside of any dogma, including the one that you may think is the end all, because every dogma limits, every ism limits. And here in April, right now, let me begin with the energy. So go ahead and bring a hand to your heart again, take in a nice deep cleansing breath, and you might want to close your eyes. And as you exhale, I just want to begin, there you go, by sharing with you the April 2026 energy. So the first thing I want you to notice is this huge essence of creation. And that this creation energy, yes, it is springing from the heart. It is springing from the heart of that which we are, that which I am as you are. But in what energy? Well, in the energy of awareness. Because the three bells rang, and they rang in order, and it was January, February, March will be the moment. That will be the moment, those 3 months that historians will look back at and say, here's what happened. Here's how these pieces came together. Here's what we knew about. Here's what we didn't know about. All of that matters not. What matters right now is that your mind, the battle for the dominion of your brain, I first started talking about in 2002 publicly. And that battle for the dominion of your brain has heated up. And this is why, for those of you that have been joining me, every Wednesday we have been going into the temple. We have been igniting. We have been remembering. We have been lifting consciousness. Because April 2026 is the month your eyes open, your creation energy ignites, and the temple that you have created, remember, starting with which temple? This beautiful physical temple, right? Has entered a moment of transcendent awareness. Transcendent awareness. Humanity's transcendental shift has arrived. This is what the energy looks like. This is what the energy feels like. Notice how you're breathing. Now, let me show you what happens when we take that energy and bring it specifically into this field of potentiality. And remember that all of these graphics are that which comes through me. These are the visions that I am shown. This is what the Ascended Masters talk to me. I put out these energy calendars, and for many, many years, I put them out a year in advance. You could pick them up, the November, December year before. And out of complete honoring and respect of what's happening on our planet, I found it to be irresponsible at this point to put them out more than 2 months in advance. Even that's becoming hard. But I do that because they are also published in the Sedona Journal of Emergence magazine. So if you ever want to listen or read any of the other columns I write, go to the Sedona Journal of Emergence. As you're gazing at this calendar right now, I want you to notice everything that you're looking at. Notice how you're feeling. Feel it throughout your physical body, your mental body, emotional body, spiritual body, consciousness itself. But what I need you to see is this. April 2026, the month in and of itself, is the infinite energy. It is the infinite spin. And so we are in a moment where the infinite, where the 8 is doubling itself. This is the 8 plus the infinite. This is the spin of the spin. This means that the power of creation is being commanded. And so the question is how, who, what is commanding it? And to not be afraid of who you are, to invite yourself into this process that began with that full moon on the 2nd, just 2 days ago. We are still just today absorbing all that energy. And here's what's so powerful. Have you noticed all of the re's that are coming up in your life right now? Because this Thursday, coming up on the 9th, we are finally clear of that Mercury retrograde. So that post phase will have completed. Everything will have returned, reintegrated, remembered. It's just going to be like, whew, here we are. And it's a moment where the creation eyes will open even more. Because this month is all about building. It's a transcendental shift. So it begins with what? It begins with acceptance. And this is why, with all my heart and soul, this Tuesday, when the new episode of Expanding Consciousness posts, and if you're not caught up with the series, you need to be. But this next episode is all about acceptance, and that's going to post on Tuesdays. If you're catching this after Saturday the 4th, this coming Tuesday, check out the episode on acceptance, because that's what we're doing right now. We are in the energy of acceptance. Now, what is acceptance? Acceptance is also the final stage of grief. And as you gaze at this entire month and you look at when the Lyrids come in, so these Lyrids are going to peak the 21st and the 22nd, and you notice that I have that bridging 2 days. And what that symbol is showing you is that that is a peak 2026 moment, not just for April. I'm talking about for the year. This is going to be one of the peak moments of the year. You're going to really want to pay attention right around April 21, 22, because this is when it's like that fast moving train that doesn't stop. It's just going, going, going. It's going to move, it's going to move, it's going to move, and it's going to get us to the 25th. And on the 25th, this is what I want you to feel. I want you to breathe into this, and I'm going to show you the ascended numerology. Uranus is going to enter Gemini, and we are going to be fully, 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 fully anchored through 2032. Now, I want you to really feel that right now. And as I share that, I have someone asking me, what are the Lyrids? What are they? And so what they are is a profound meteor shower. And the timing of these and the way that they are coming in this year is carrying, and very much like a play on words of their name, right? The way I'm using it is like a lyrical reharmonization. In other words, what I opened up today talking about is that North America right now is needing to stabilize. It's all about the stability in the North. And you're going to want to look at all of the North, right? All of the North. And so some of the people here are saying they've even seen some in the shooting stars, this Lyrid shower. Well, when this Lyrid shower peaks, we're going to really want to all be watching what happens in our world, personally, globally, professionally. It doesn't matter. In every way, we are building toward that. And as we build toward that right now, what it's doing is saying awareness, right? We are in a month of really anchoring conscious awareness, right? So as you're anchoring your conscious awareness, pay attention. Pay attention to what you're watching. Pay attention to what you're putting in front of you. Give yourself the gift of saying, okay, I'm going to take care of me. It's time for me to anchor my mastery. I mean, come down right now on July 31. Come down to Ecuador. Join the opening. Be a part of the opening. Come see what's happening in your world and become more of this mastery presence, because this is the moment. The universe is screaming at you. Let me show you the ascended numerology. And for those of you that are not familiar with ascended numerology, what I need you to understand first and foremost is that please, please, please do not apply any of the traditional numerology systems to this. You will not get the same numbers. This is ascended numerology. And in ascended numerology, what happens is that we first are working with the ancient system of the Magi. And so, forgive me guys, I'm really a little cold out here. So in the ancient system of the Magi's, we use the totality of the 13. In the 1 plus the 3 equaling the 4, cross of perfect balance, the one essence in harmonization with the pyramid, with the triangle. So there's a lot of energy here. And when you gaze at this, if you gaze at the circle on the left, what you see is the way that our linear brain works with we see things in this way, in this potentiality. This is how clocks work. This is how our brain works. We go in this cycle. We go this one way. We go this one way. Well, there are those 12 in that cycle of 12. And right in the middle is our infinite presence. It's a zero. Traditional numerology, which is nothing more than a system of arithmancy, right? Traditional numerology only works with the 1 through the 9. But ascended numerology is the totality of our soul's journey and our soul's essence. And here's what's so powerful about April. And if you're not already feeling it, let's have some fun together. And the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is close your eyes. And when you open them, I'm going to have you focus just on the chart, okay? So just close your eyes, take in a deep Ave Sa breath, going with Ave, exhaling. There we are. And then I want you to open your eyes. Gazing at the chart, notice what you notice. Just really relax, relax. Try to disengage the mind. Sometimes the mind will try to step in right away. So just really try to relax and move forward out of that. And so just notice what you're noticing. Well, as you're breathing and relaxing, and maybe the mind's trying to jump in, let me share with you a few things. Look at the energy going on between the 6 and the 9. Now, this is extraordinarily important. Also, notice that the 12, the 6, and the 9 are all occupied. Those are 3 of the 4 cardinal points, yet the 3 itself is part of the spin. So, what is happening this month, and what is so important because we are in a month of awareness, and what this chart clearly shows is the battle between the mind and the spirit. Remember, the 12 o'clock is our physical body, the 3 o'clock is our emotional body, the 6 o'clock is the mental body, and the 9 o'clock is what? Spiritual body. Thereby, what is the zero? Consciousness itself. And you can see that consciousness itself is speaking to us quite a bit. Plus, we have thrown ourselves a lifeline this month. That's what that dotted energy there kind of looks like, a barbell, right? Between the 4 and the 8. Well, that is a lifeline. We have actually given ourselves a lifeline. So it's like we're all on this boat and it's going to be rocky, rocky, rocky. But what pulls us up? The 9. It's going to be our spirituality, and that's going to happen on the 9th. So on April 9, the 9 appears, that Mercury retrograde post-phase ends. So right now, if you are catching this before the 9th, and if you're catching it after the 9th, you can reflect. But if you're catching it before the 9th, what needs to be restored? What needs to be remembered? What needs to be put in place? What is coming together? Reunions, remembrances. Pay attention to this early April moment. Who are you meeting? How are you coming together? What things are being put in front of you? And are you doing it without taking it for granted? Because on the 9th, that anchor it's like this huge consciousness anchor is going to come out of the universe. It's going to jump us into the 9th. And then what's going to happen is it's all going to be about creation, 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 creation as we start moving into the void of the 7th. And that actually is taking us back. You see how it goes from the 9th to the 7th? And so when we come back to the 7th, from that 9, what's happening is that we're suddenly saying, oh my gosh, I am able to command this energy. I am able to co-create. I am part of the solution. But it's all about saying yes to being aware of it. And this is where the Lyrids come in. April 20 and 21 winds up being a 12, but here's where that lifeline comes in. It's a 12 because of the 8 and the 4. And so that lifeline, that Lyrid meteor shower, is on April 20th going to be in the 8th position. On April 21st, it's going to be in the 4th position, where the two are literally forming this safety net for humanity. A very powerful moment. And it's a moment you really want to pay attention to. Bringing us all the way to the entrance of 2032. And that's going to be when Uranus enters Gemini. And when that happens, that's going to happen on April 25. It's going to put us right into the 6. And why is this so dangerous? Because the 6 is the mental body. And it's putting us in a fixed 6. And so I want you to look over at the body. Remember that ascendant numerology not only shows us what's happening in all of the multidimensional space and all of the potentialities, it also says, here's how in this field, your body of form, this temple, receives this energy. Well, if you look at the body, remember, this is not according to chakra numbers. This is according to the energies of the cycle of the wheel. So it can be a little confusing if you're trying to put chakra numbers on these, even though some of them do appear to be the same. But I want you to gaze right now, pay attention to the 6. What is the 6? Balance. It's right where we started this month. It's all about balance. And in that balance, that second chakra in the physical body, that's the balance, that's the harmony, that's the resistance released. And what do I mean by that? The resistance released. Well, what it is it's that moment where we stand up and say, yes, I am. And I am letting go of my resistance to this transformation. I am accepting that. I am allowing that. I am inviting that. I am that. It is that moment where we stand up and remember that jealousy, greed, and competition are what put us here. It's that moment where we realize that any ism, including spiritual activism, is a limiting belief system that puts us and sets us up in competition. It is this moment to release the narcissistic overlay that so many are living and don't even know that they have or that exists within them. It's why it's put in front of me all the time. The gift of being in North America is to live among such polarization, and to see it in its blessing, and in its experience and expansiveness, because that's what's happening in April, internally, all around you, in the world. It is humanity's transcendent moment. Has World War III begun? Yes. What it's going to look like and how we respond is why we're here right now. It's why, with every breath I have, I will stay on this planet until as many of you as possible are saying exactly the same experience, or having exactly the same experience, forgive me. The one that says, I remember who I am. And yes, all this tech is great. However, I am sovereign within. My mind is mine, and I am the commander of this mind. My mind is not the commander of me. It is my servant. And in the experience of getting to know people, still physically holding someone, hugging, gazing into eyes, writing longhand, give yourself these gifts. Let them come forward for you. And I invite all of you, if you're watching us over at YouTube, get to iamkara.net and join us more often. Be part of this community. This Tuesday and every Tuesday, make sure you're at the YouTube channel watching every episode of Expanding Consciousness. This Tuesday, episode 10 of the 14-part episode comes out. It's about acceptance, and acceptance is where humanity is at right now. It is the final stage of grief. It is the realization that things have changed. They're never going to be the same. So now that you're in this new reality, now that this potentiality is unfolding, what are you going to do with it? Well, I know what we're all going to do with it right now. Those of you that are with me on Zoom, hang on. We're going to go jump into 2032 and start working with this energy. We're also going to be sharing more about quantum consciousness and what's been happening on the planet. I invite you to leave us all a comment. How are you doing? What are you needing? And let's stay connected. Together we are better. Get to iamkara.net. I love you. April 2026. It's awareness after the 3 bells have rung, and it's the time to take action. I love you so dearly. Many blessings and namaste. Okay, guys, hold on.